Hello, everybody. Welcome to College of Lore. My name is Kate.
And I'm Jill. And today we are going to be talking about Monster of the Week because next week we're going to be playing one of these sessions.
Yay! And this is like, you've never played it before, and I've also never played it before. So this is the first RPG like that.
Yeah, this is our first foray into the unknown with you.
Yep.
Yeah. So what I thought we could do a little bit today is just talk a little bit about the system and maybe establish kind of a theme for your adventuring party.
Okay.
So far right now we're going to have 3 hunters, yourself and Chrissy, who is my podcast partner over at MSN Podcast, Maritime Supernatural Podcast, and our friend Elise, who is a huge fan of the podcast and also loves tabletop role-playing games, and I thought she would be a great fit.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be like a crossover between College of Lore and Maritime Supernatural. I mean, we have Chrissy on the show. We've had them a couple times, actually.
Yes. Yeah.
But this is an official crossover.
Yeah, this is our first official crossover.
Yes.
And I'm going to be running the game. I'm going to be the keeper, I think is the term they use in this book, which is kind of a shout out to Call of Cthulhu and other like haunty, spooky stuff. But I'm running our game inspired by some episodes of the podcast that Chrissy and I have recorded. So I'm really looking forward to kind of taking a couple of tidbit ideas and mixing them into an adventure for us.
I just realized that I have not checked my sound, and I believe that I may be like quite a bit quieter than you. So I'm just going to talk here for a second and open. Or
okay.
Could you open up the stream and see?
I've got it open here. I'll mute myself.
Because yeah, you balanced my mic levels on the stream on the weekend, but it has been weird. So I just want to make sure I'm not super quiet.
I'm trying to make sure I only mute one thing at a time so I don't get that reverberating echo thing. 1 sec.
Should we get an echo if you...
You should make me a little bit quieter and then it should be good. Just like a little bit.
Okay, so...
You sound good though.
Okay, and I just
sound loud.
Okay, I just made you a little bit quieter. Why don't you listen now again and see?
Okay, I am here. I'm talking.
What, you want me to talk? Hey, it's Kate, I'm talking.
Okay, I think we sound good. If someone's watching and we don't sound good, please let us know.
Do let us know if there's a weird imbalance in sound. We're switching up our streaming stuff, just to give you a little peek behind. We're switching to Streamlabs OBS, and so both of us had to change over, and sometimes I stream and sometimes Jill streams, and anyways, so yeah, just making sure that the settings are all right.
We're constantly learning and trying to improve, and sometimes a step forward might look like a step backwards, but we're progressing.
We have follower notifications now, so if you haven't followed, you should follow because the little thingy will pop up, and that is exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah.
So Monster of the Week. So this game is kind of like a call out to all of the shows that I kind of enjoyed growing up, like Buffy and X-Files and Fringe. I didn't watch Supernatural, but they reference that a lot in here as well. And just kind of those like the shows where you run into a different monster every week and have to figure out how to defeat them. And then the next week there's a new monster. Mm-hmm. So so we're going to do a one shot with this. This can be played as like an overarching story and tying it all together and everything, but we're just going to do a one shot for now anyway. And so let's get into some stuff here.
Sure.
So each of you will choose a hunter, and that's kind of like your class.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go over the hunter types because they are pretty cool.
Okay.
So you've got the Chosen, and this is a once ordinary person who discovered they have a special destiny and who has been given the power to accomplish it. The Chosen is good in a fight with some weird powers. So like Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a really good example of that.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is the Crooked. A criminal turned monster hunter haunted by their past and enemies. The Crooked is good in social situations and has a lot of contacts. So the examples they give here are Anna Valmont from the Dresden Files and Peter Bishop from Fringe.
Okay.
The Divine. This one's kind of cool. An agent of a higher power with a mission to fulfill. The Divine is a very tough and has been granted holy powers. I don't know why I stuck the word A in there. So this is kind of like a literal, like, kind of like angelic being or some kind of otherworldly being coming down with powers.
Did it say Castiel?
They do. Castiel from Supernatural or Michael Carpenter from the Dresden Files are the two examples they gave here.
Yeah, did you watch Dresden Files?
No, I haven't. I didn't even know it was a show. I thought it was like a series of books or something.
Oh, maybe.
I
haven't read it. If it's
me neither. If you guys know what the Dresden Files are, fill me in because I don't know.
We could Google it, but we want you to tell us.
Yeah, we want some interaction here. Fill us in. The next Hunter playbook is the Expert. And that is the hunter who knows all about monsters and magic. The expert knows a lot of hidden secrets and how to find out more, and also has a well-supplied base to work from. Some examples are Bobby Singer from...
Jill.
Yeah.
You completely cut out for a second there. Bobby Singer from Supernatural?
Yes, and Rupert Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, yes. Yep. Cool.
The next one is the Flake, a conspiracy theorist. The Flake is great at finding things out and seeing how the events of separate mysteries are connected. And that example is Agent Mulder or the Lone Gunman from the X-Files.
Okay.
The next class is the Initiate, a member of an ancient monster-slaying sect trained to fight and use magic. The Initiate is good with magic, and their sect provides help and sometimes problems. So they might be like, you need to complete this mission, but at a cost of something, you know. So the example for that is the Wardens from the Dresden Files, Annalise from 20 Palaces series. So I haven't seen either of those.
Me neither.
But I think it's kind of self-explanatory with the explanation, mm-hmm. You know. Your initiate of some kind of group. The next one is the Monstrous. This one's kind of exciting. A monster fighting for the good guys. Ooh. The Monstrous is very weird and can have a variety of different powers based on what breed of monster they are. Some examples are Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, and Bill Compton from True Blood.
Okay.
So the way they use the word weird in this book is like magic is weird, and that's kind of like one of your stats.
Okay,
is weird, so it's like, you know, roll plus weird. Yeah, so it's kind of like roll plus that stat. So yep. The Mundane is just a normal regular person, especially good at dealing with regular people you meet and have to save. And they're also really good at getting captured by monsters, which can be more useful than you might expect. So some examples are Xander or Cordelia from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The Professional. You work for
turn into a vampire.
Yes. Spoiler alert for a 25-year-old show.
Oh, Neil says weird meaning magic is from Germanic Viking lore. Viking lore. So yeah, I mean, I have
makes
heard
total sense.
I have heard it used that way before for sure.
Yeah. The Professional. You work for an agency that hunts monsters. The Professional is good in a fight and a good team player. So some examples are Riley and the Initiative from Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Olivia Dunham from Fringe.
Yep.
The Spellslinger, a trained wizard wielding powerful magic in their crusade against evil. The Spellslinger's arcane training gives them an advantage when dealing with eldritch secrets. So some examples would be Harry Dresden from the Dresden Files or Willow from Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the later seasons.
Yes. Yeah.
And then there's...
Fringe is a great show, Neil. Sorry.
Yes, Fringe is really good. The next one is The Spooky. They have powers, psychic powers or magical powers. These powers are strange and sinister and not completely under the Spooky's control. So some examples would be Sam Winchester from Supernatural, Willow from earlier seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And the last one is The Wronged. Revenge-driven and really tough. The Wronged is all about killing a specific breed of monster and protecting others as you do so. And that it would be, the example is Dean and John Winchester from Supernatural.
Okay. Chrissy's
here. So those are the different.
Yay! For what it's worth, the Adventure Zone's second campaign, Taz Amnesty, uses this system. I believe they have examples of all the classes by the end of the campaign in both the PCs and NPCs. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a good, they have some good stories going on and it's really interesting. So that's a really good, resource if you're interested in checking it out. Let's see here. So after we've gone over these hunter types, there's also like a bunch of other things you could kind of dip into if you wanted to get complicated with it. But I feel like we'll just, since it's our first time trying, we'll stick with the basics and move forward with that.
Sure.
One thing is that with this game, they suggest just having one of each type of hunter. Okay. Like you don't have like two chosen ones or two monstrous or whatever. They suggest just one of each kind so that you're well balanced. Mm-hmm. So they're saying like there may be a whole agency of professional monster hunters, but there's only one professional kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So... and then it kind of gets into team concepts. So this is kind of where your group would have an overall theme to you. So some examples that they gave here would be like a slayer and their entourage. Mm-hmm. So there's a chosen one in their support group. Hopefully together you'd be able to save the world. The team has a chosen who is the center of things, and then they would have around them like an expert, an initiate, or a spell slinger, or a mundane or a flake could be good, or even like a divine, a monstrous, or a spooky could kind of round everything out. So it's kind of, you're choosing one person that might be the core of that group, and then everyone else kind of picks theirs on that.
You're going to say the Slayer and their aunts.
That would be pretty good, actually. Oh, Elise is here as well.
Hi, Elise.
All of our players are present now.
Excellent. It's all coming together.
It is all coming together. All right. So I'll just quickly say
you're here. It's good.
Yeah, you're here, and we love you. So. Mm-hmm. Half a heart, and the other half will be my cheek because this half's holding the book. Another example would be like an unexplained cases team. So that would be, it requires a professional. Mm-hmm. And then it suggests like a flake, a mundane, an expert, spooky, wronged. They would all be excellent choices to kind of assist with the unexplained cases team. I think a monstrous might be kind of tricky to put in there because they'd want to study a monstrous. So it kind of gives you suggestions.
Well, maybe they've already studied that monstrous.
Maybe.
And brought them to the team.
Maybe. Another one is the Order. So you're all members of an ancient order of monster slayers. And this one would require an initiate. And that would be why it's like the Order, because you've got like the initiate in there. And another one is a road tripping hunter family. And this one seems kind of like a little bit from everything. Like they're suggesting a wronged, a spooky, a divine, an expert, a flake, and a chosen, and a monstrous. So it's just kind of like, you know, everyone road tripping together.
That sounds like Supernatural to me.
Yeah, I think they might give that example in here. Oh, maybe they don't. I'm not going to read the whole paragraph.
Let's Scooby-Doo it. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you guys want to be kind of like, because you can be whomsoever you wish. You could be, if you want to Scooby-Doo it, like one of you has a van and you work together to solve mysteries. I'll give you a little bit about the adventure. Since it is a one-shot, I'll give you a little bit so that if you want to tailor your choices, you can.
Okay.
I'm going to be placing this adventure in the Maritimes, and there is a theater that's been standing for 50 years or so, and it's been used as a stage and it has a large history to it. But lately there have been some accidents happening in this theater, and they're trying to do renovations and kind of liven up this theater, but there have been accidents with the construction and stuff like that.
Okay.
And with normal investigation, yes, Elise, I'm thinking it is in Cape Breton. That's so funny. Tell me about the history of the theater stairs. Okay, that is a super call out to one of our podcast episodes where there was this ghost who was thought to have died coming down the stairs after getting popcorn. Actually, I don't even remember how much of that is true or us just like horsing around about it. But there was like a ghost that would show up on the stairs and like blow through people kind of thing.
Ooh, yeah.
So yes, I'm taking that theater thread and using that as part of our adventure.
Okay, cool.
So whatever kind of happens, it's coming down to you guys. Like maybe if you want, you could be like related to the theater owner, or maybe they've heard of you solving crimes. Maybe you record them and put them on YouTube and they've heard of you that way, or you've been advertising.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is one of the best.
So methods. Chrissy and Elise, are you both into this like traveling band of monster hunters kind of idea? Because we could totally go with that, I think, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And one thing that I would love to get kind of figured out even just a little bit would be what ties you guys together. And I mean, maybe it is just that you guys work together to solve crimes, but like, how did you meet? Or, are you guys related? Are you a band of siblings that are doing this, or cousins? Or did you just kind of, maybe you all went to school together?
Yeah.
Or...
Okay, Chrissy is leaning towards playing
like the divine or the flake.
Celestial or flake. I always kind of like that. He always gave me a rundown of the groups before.
Oh yes, I put a link in our Discord.
Oh yeah.
Of the different groups, but I'll just list them out again because I did go over them fairly quickly. So there's the Chosen, kind of like Buffy. The Crooked, kind of like criminal turned monster hunter. The Divine, which is one that Chrissy's talking about. The Expert, so knows everything about monsters and magic, or at least a lot. The Flake, who's kind of like Mulder from X-Files, conspiracy theorist. Initiate, member of the ancient monster slaying sect. The Monstrous, an actual monster who's fighting for the good guys. The Mundane, just a normal person, probably getting kidnapped. Professional, works for the agency. Spellslinger, pow with magics. Spooky, that's kind of like less controlled magic. And then the Wronged, who's like super revenge driven. There's a lot of choice here.
And we shouldn't pick two of the same.
Right. You don't want to have two of the same thing. All
three of us be different. Spooky.
Yes.
Cool.
Did any interest you, Kate?
Many.
Uh-oh.
That's why I'm gonna let them pick first, I think. A lot of them sound fun.
Yeah, it seems like a really fun game. I'm really excited to run it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we should take some notes here. We've got that thing open. So we're thinking traveling. Oh, that's still underlined. How dare. Traveling band of Monster Hunters. That's you can tell I didn't have supper yet. Monster Hunters.
Oh, I don't think I heard that. What were was your tummy grumbling?
No, I wrote hungers instead of hunters.
I thought you tummy grumbled.
It's about to. It's got that like feeling where it's like about to gurgle. Yeah. Traveling band of monster hunters. So we're thinking there might be a
divine
or
plague.
Spooky. Elise is thinking.
The links you sent in the Discord seem unsafe. Is that just the normal Discord notification? Like, it tells you that every time that you click on
Oh, yeah, no, it's definitely safe. They're PDFs. I would never send you an unsafe link, Elise.
I'm interested maybe in what was it, the expert, like the person who knows?
Ah. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you guys want me to
She says not. It opens a new window and it's like, this is dangerous.
Okay, I'll send you a better link. The company name is called Evil Hat Productions. So maybe it's getting some vibes there.
Oh, maybe. The connection is not private.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh no.
Well, I guess it isn't, since it's sharing these PDFs with like anybody.
Right.
Okay, so we've actually gone over like a lot of what we were going to go over. Okay, so I guess we can talk a little bit about how the game works.
Sure.
The game is based on moves. So, for example, if you have to do something and there's a bit of danger to it or whatever, you would act under pressure. So that's used for any difficult or dangerous action that isn't covered by another move. So that's kind of like our default thing there. You can help out each other. You can investigate a mystery. So that's where you're, asking questions and getting answers and stuff like that. And then there's kick some ass, which is your combat. And what's kind of interesting about kick some ass is that usually when you deal damage, you get damage dealt in return. It's not as much of a kind of your turn, my turn. It's the combat's very much like things are happening all at once instead of a turn-based system. I mean, it is turn-based, but like the monster hurts you back when you hurt it, kind of thing.
Okay.
You manipulate someone is another move. Protect someone. Read a bad situation. So that's used to work out what dangers are immediately threatening you. For instance, if you think you are walking into a trap or you want to do some tactical analysis, you would use read a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
What's Chrissy saying over there?
Says Kate's expert would play well with my idea for a flake. I'm thinking they'll have an approximate knowledge of many things and is extremely stubborn and prone to confirmation bias. Oh no.
Oh,
so
goodness.
I'll be like, no, that's not right.
Yeah, like, why is this
right.
happening?
I mean, you're almost there, but what?
That's really funny. I like it.
Yeah.
And the last one that is listed just with the basic moves is use magic. The magic system's really interesting in here in that there's no spells or anything specific. It's very much like, well, I want to cast a spell to bar the door, and I'm going to use salt, and I'm going to draw runes in the salt. And then as the keeper, I would decide how like difficult that would be or whatever.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's really open. Like it's very open. And if I'm saying anything wrong, forgive me, but I'm going to be reading it over again. Like I did finish, but I'm going to check my stuff before we play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the magic's really cool.
Yeah,
I love the magic system. So within the magic system, there's like normal magic, but then there's big magic. So your normal magic would usually need like, you know, you might need a little bit of time to do it, or you might need to draw runes to do it or whatever. But big magic needs like, you might need multiple people. You might need, you know, you might need to you might need to do the small magic to do the big magic. Plus you might need people to help you. Plus you might need a week to do it. Plus you might need, you know, like so if you're trying to bring someone back from the dead or something like that, that'd be big magic. Whereas like maybe, like I said, barring the door would just be
sure.
Use magic.
Yeah, exactly, Neil. Like a ritual, a ceremonial ritual.
Yes, exactly.
But just
so like
causing some wind or whatever wouldn't.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. So when we're playing on the fly, we're going to have to decide which spells are the big magic and which ones are the little magic. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of emphasis in this that to keep the players, the hunters, we need some Care Bears for resurrection. Yeah, like maybe you do. Maybe one spell casting is like set around cartoon characters and you have like a different cartoon character doll for each spell. Like it can be whatever you want. But yeah, this game system really emphasizes too that the hunters are going to be putting a lot into the story. So it won't be as like GM heavy as say Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Elise says that sounds amazing. I agree. It's going to be really fun. I think one thing for me as a GM, it's going to help me let go of my control a little bit because I'm a very planning GM and I'm trying my best to let loose a bit more and let things happen and think on my feet a bit more. So I think this game system is going to really help me up my game in that way.
Nice. Similar to Kids on Bikes in that respect.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes, I definitely got some serious Kids on Bikes vibes when I was reading this.
Yay.
So yeah, I'm trying to think what else I want to say about this system because it's, you know, it's not super complicated, which I really like.
Yeah.
Like even within this book, they give you 2 sample adventures in here, along with the rule set, along with all of the Hunter playbooks, you know, like there's a lot in here. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Cool. Oh, that's exciting. So Chrissy, are you settling on that Flake character, do you think? I guess we need to. We're going to kind of create our characters at the beginning of the session. Is that what you were thinking, Jill?
Yeah, I think like the character creation is pretty straightforward. And we could probably either create them a bit through Discord and kind of decide on some things and ask some questions and then just kind of describe what we chose during the game. Or I think we could get away with... it's risky. It's risky to say we'll create characters and then play because we tried that with Kids on Bikes and it turned out being way longer than we thought for the character creation.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hesitant to do that. I think we could, but since it's our first time trying it, I kind of
knew. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we half and half expected, but since this is definitely a one-shot during a very busy month for us.
Yeah.
Maybe we should come to the table with them. Chrissy, I'm leaning more towards the Flake. Maybe we can do a separate call to establish some ideas. Yeah, sure. Or we could discuss them a little bit now if you want.
Sure.
Waggled my eyebrows. Because we do really like showing like as much of the prep as we can with College of Lore. Oh, Chrissy's making supper. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, and with each Hunter playbook, you'll get some stuff from your background, and you can choose like where you came from, kind of thing, and like what things have influenced you. And you can, one thing that's kind of cool too is it gives you, some of them give you like a fill in the blank sort of a thing.
Oh yeah.
So you get to build your character's backstory and ad lib a little bit, like what's going to be in there, and really tailor it to yourself or to your character. So we were talking about Flake a lot. Maybe we could use that as an example. Crooked, the Divine, the Flake. So the little flavor text for the Flake is, everything's connected, but not everyone can see the patterns, and most people don't even look that hard. But me, I can never stop looking deeper. I can never stop seeing the truth. I spot the patterns. That's how I found the monsters, and that's how I help kill them. And it gives you, like, you get to pick your look. So it's not like, you don't pick, like, your gender or your like, color of your hair or whatever specifically, but it will say, like, what you look like what's your look. And the example here is, like, man, woman, transgressive, or concealed. And then wild eyes, moving eyes, focused eyes, searching eyes, suspicious eyes, wide eyes, guarded eyes. You know, like, it kind of, it's like helping you build a feel instead of a, I can read spooky.
Chrissy says, this is great. I'm kind of thinking of a hippie from the 1970s. Maybe they'll have the van. Yeah.
I love it. Like, they have the 70s van.
Nice.
Professional.
Like a Volkswagen.
Singer. Okay, the spooky. I can do things that normal people can't, but there's a price. I haven't paid it in full yet, but the bill's gonna come due soon. Whoa. It's best I don't tell you anymore. You get too close, you'll get hurt. So they're
Shivers.
Yeah. They're
The van is runs on French fry oil and always smells like McDonald's.
I love it. I love it.
Can you read expert?
Yeah. The expert. I have dedicated my life to the study of the unnatural. I know their habits, their weaknesses. I may not be youngest or strongest, but my knowledge makes me the biggest threat. Mm-hmm. So one thing about the way that Monster of the Week works, and I'll give you this information now, is that to actually kill a monster in this game, you need to hit it with its weakness. So you could beat it up and beat it up and beat it up, but unless you use a weakness on it, it won't die. Or it'll look like it's dead, but it will come back. So an expert is super useful because they would have an edge on knowing what would work.
But do we think that Flake and expert are too overlapping? Maybe, like they seem to be kind of fulfilling that same role, don't you think?
For sure. Like, I mean, they can, yeah. So if you feel like you want to...
It might be more fun to do something different. So spooky is going to be one of the magic ones.
Yeah.
Flake is going to kind of know the things.
Yeah.
Okay. What else could we...
The chosen, the crooked, the divine, the expert, the flake, the initiate, the monstrous, the mundane, the professional, the spellslinger, the spooky, and the wrong.
Okay. Those words are all in and then out of my head.
Uh-oh. Oh, maybe pictures will help.
Sure.
Okay. So, the chosen, here's the picture for the chosen. The art's really cute. It's like black and white ink drawings.
Okay.
Am I all pixelated, or can you see that okay?
I can see it. It's just small. Let me see if I can...
Okay.
Because I'm watching this through Streamlabs, so...
Oh, okay. This one is the crooked. So it's kind of got that, like, safe cracker vibe.
Okay.
And then the divine. There's the artwork for the divine.
Mm-hmm.
The expert.
Yeah.
And the expert has a haven, a safe place to work.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick 3 of the options below, like a lore library, a mystical library, protection spells. Oh, those are things you can add to your library or your haven. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Or like an armory, shop, oubliette, panic room, magical laboratory. So these are all things that your haven could have.
I'm leaning it further away from expert. Those things are all cool, but we're like I guess. Yeah, we're like a traveling group, right?
Yeah.
So unless the haven was the van, which it could be, but I'm just thinking,
that's true.
Yeah.
This is the flake art.
Yep.
This is the initiate art.
Okay.
This is the monstrous art.
That might be fun.
Yeah, get to choose a monster.
I would like
the mundane. Good at getting kidnapped.
Nope. Boring.
The professional.
Mm-hmm.
The spell slinger.
Yeah.
Little cat.
Mundane is like average Joe for sure. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell you a bit more.
You're like the normal friend.
Yeah. And there's the spooky.
Caleb. Yeah. Oh, spooky. I think I might. I want to be a monster.
Go for it. Oh, and the wronged. Sorry, there was one left.
Yeah.
This art's like really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, monstrous. So let's see what. So the monstrous. I feel the hunger, the lust to destroy, but I fight it. I never give in. I'm not human anymore, not really, but I have to protect those who still are. That way, I can tell myself I'm different to the other monsters. Sometimes I can even believe it.
Ooh. I love it.
Yeah. So this one's like you pick your breed, like you're half human, half monster. Decide if you were always this way or if you were originally human and transformed. And it kind of helps you think through that process and everything.
Hello there. Karlowski?
Karlowski. Hello. And Elise, yeah. Yeah, Elise is saying monstrous would have been her second choice.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. So we're going to say Kate is thinking monstrous. So, and Chrissy, have you settled on Flake? Did Chrissy say they settled on Flake?
I think so.
Okay.
Settling.
Perfect.
Okay.
So another thing we discussed was to kill a monster, you must use their weakness against them. What else were we saying? We were saying there was a van involved. Runs
like a Volkswagen.
On French fry oil.
And it's the Flakes van. It doesn't have to be Volkswagen. It's just that's the stereotypical like hippie van, right?
Oh, right, yeah. Flakes van. I'll put a colon. Runs on French fry oil. Always smells like McDonald's. I don't know how to spell McDonald's. Is it like this?
You got it. I think that's
okay.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, their name is Sunny.
What? Aw, Sunny.
It's a good name.
I like it.
what else do we want to figure out here? Did you want me to go over any of the moves for the characters you guys have chosen?
The moves?
Yeah, so
stuff that you can do?
Yeah, so there's those regular moves I went over. Then each character has special specific moves that they can do.
Okay.
So, for example, the Flake, who I just opened to, they have some moves they can choose from. You pick 3 of these.
Okay.
So the options are connect the dots. At the beginning of each mystery, if you look for the wider patterns that current events might be part of, you can roll plus sharp. And then there's some rules information there. So you can ask the keeper one of the following questions, such as, is this person connected to current events more than they are saying? Or when and where will the next critical event occur? So you can kind of, at the very beginning of the mystery, dig in there. This game is Monster of the Week.
We're just kind of figuring it out.
Yeah, we're kind of learning a little bit about it and rolling the characters today. And the stream where we actually get into the live play of it will be next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So this is like our session 0 of this.
Yeah. Have you ever played it? Nice. Yeah, I think it sounds really cool so far.
Yeah. I lost my spot.
We're doing moves for...
Yeah, for Flake.
Right, so connect the dots is what we're talking about.
Yeah. The next one is called Crazy Eyes, where you would get a +1 to your weird stat. See, it all fits together is another move where you can use your sharp instead of charm when you manipulate someone.
Okay.
And Suspicious Mind, if someone lies to you, you know it. So that's kind of a good one. Often overlooked, when you act all crazy to avoid something, roll plus weird. On a 10+, you're regarded as unthreatening and unimportant. So I think that's referring to let's see here. It's referring to something specific on this sheet, but I don't know where it is, so never mind. Another move is Contrary. When you seek out and receive someone's honest advice on the best course of action for you and then do something else instead, you can mark experience.
What does that mean?
So if you do...
You get experience?
Yeah, so if you seek out and receive someone's honest advice,
oh my God.
like, I think you should not go in that hole.
And then you're like...
And then you do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to mark experience, and if you do the exact opposite, you also get to take +1 ongoing. So that means when you take +1 ongoing in this game, it means you get a +1 to all ongoing.
All your rolls?
All of your rolls. However, in this instance, it means just for when you're pursuing that course of action. Okay. So if you're like, I'm going in that hole because you not to, that means you get to mark experience. But then if you're like, okay, well, I can't see in the dark, roll to investigate, you would get a +1 to that because it's part of you going against the advice.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Net friends. You know a lot of people on the internet. When you contact a net friend to help you with the mystery roll, roll plus charm. On a 10+, they're available and helpful. They can fix something, break a code, hack a computer, or get you some special information.
Just so everyone knows, Sunny wears a mask, but only high-quality handmade ones.
And then their last move to choose from is Sneaky. When you attack from ambush or from behind, you get to inflict +2 harm. Yeah. So, monstrous. Maybe we'll talk about the monstrous moves.
Sure.
Oh, so there's some monstrous breed suggestions here, like vampire, werewolf, ghost, fairy, demon, orc, and zombie.
Wow.
I want
all of them.
Yeah, each of them come with a specific curse.
That's so funny. Every word you said, I was like, ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun. Oh my God.
Each of them has its own curse. Like, for example, vampire, their curse is that they have to feed blood or life force. So you could be a blood zombie or blood vampire, or you could also like feed off of people's like life essence instead.
Like touch, just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and then they all have a vulnerability as well.
Mm-hmm. Sunlight.
Let's see. Curse, feed, blood or life force. Natural attacks, base, life drain, or base, teeth, add +1 harm, moves, immortal or unquenchable vitality, mental domination. So this one doesn't say it, but the next one says that they have a vulnerability to silver. I guess your like weakness is that you have to feed, but I mean, if you got staked through the heart, I'm pretty sure that would do you in.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes, right?
Yeah. I think it would kill any hunter, though.
Right. Yeah. Stabbing something in the heart is generally...
Yeah, that kind of does the trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elise, orcs is one of the options, yeah. The orc's dark curse is that they have the curse is Dark Master, the orc overlord.
So I have like a boss.
Yeah. That would be difficult.
I kind of like... Yeah, I'd have to read them all.
Yeah, it explains it here. The Dark Master. You have an evil lord who doesn't know you changed sides. They still give you orders, and they do not tolerate or failure.
Yikes.
Orker Lord, says Chrissy.
Orker Lord.
Yeah, it is kind of D&D-ish for sure.
Yeah. We're not here to play D&D though, are we?
Yeah, no, we're not. We're here to play Monster of the Week. Okay, so moves for the monstrous is immortal. You do not age or sicken, and whenever you suffer harm, you suffer 1 less harm.
Okay.
So you only get to choose 2 though.
Okay.
Because you get some stat bonuses, I think, instead. And you have like natural attacks. You unnatural appeal. Roll plus weird instead of plus charm when you manipulate someone. Unholy strength. Roll plus weird instead of plus tough when you kick some ass. So this kind of helps you. These kinds of moves really help you when you're, you've rolled your stats and then you can kind of see where you want to stack. And this will help you.
I don't need to
stack what you want to stack.
Yeah, I can stack everything into weird and
get to use that if you choose those moves. Yeah. Incorporeal. You may move through. Oh my gosh. You may move freely through solid objects, but not people. Preternatural speed. You go much faster than normal people. When you chase, flee, or run, you take +1 on going. So you get +1 to all your rolls while you're doing that. Claws of the Beast. All your natural attacks get +1 harm. Mental domination. When you gaze into a normal human, exert your will over them, you roll plus charm. So that's like very vampire-ish.
Yeah.
Unquenchable vitality. When you have taken harm, you can heal yourself. So that's pretty cool. Dark negotiator. You can use the manipulate someone as well as people if they can reason and talk. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool. I have a question for the people watching, because I'm hearing you like gaps in your sound. Are you guys hearing those gaps as well? This was happening when we were playing D&D the other day too.
Yeah, but I was recording audio, so it was my voice would be fine. Yeah.
Frig. It's just like short little snippets, so you can understand most of what you're saying, but every now and then like a little word just is not there.
Yeah.
Okay, Chrissy says not skipping much for them, so that's good. Anyway,
I don't know.
I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, so you might as well just keep going.
2 or 3 seconds of no sound, Neil says. When I'm talking,
not consecutively. I would say 1 second.
When I'm talking to you, is my green box around in Discord, like, is that staying lit up the whole time?
No.
So that's cutting out.
I think that's when it cuts out. Yeah. Maybe it's just your sensitivity or something.
I'm pulling my mic slowly towards me. I don't know if you see it like showing up in the bottom.
Yeah. But it's still cutting out.
Anyway,
continue reading. I'll tell you if it keeps happening.
Okay, sure. Dark Negotiator. You can use to manipulate someone.
Yeah, it just happened.
People.
It just happened. Why?
I think this is happening because Discord has been updating their noise canceling abilities, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to turn it off.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that might be part of what's going on.
Maybe, but it's like you're just in the middle of a fully normal sentence. It's so weird.
Yeah. Maybe I need to be yelling into my mic.
Maybe, but it's not like you're quiet either.
Yeah, at least we always stream.
Well, we're streaming through OBS, through Streamlabs OBS, but we're using Discord for our video chat. It could be what happened to you during Esther C. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. We'll have to look into it a bit more this week.
Yeah. Okay.
Dark Negotiator, manipulate someone. Flying.
Ooh.
You could take flying. Shapeshifter, change your form. Or something borrowed. Take a move from a Hunter Playbook that is not currently in play.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to need to borrow that book from you and read the whole thing.
I'm going to get you the link, but I did post all the playbooks in our chat, so you can read all of them.
Okay, that's fine. Cool.
Elise might have to leave.
That's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna read Spooky though, real quick.
Yeah, do that.
Telepathy. Hex. The sight. You can see the invisible. Premonitions. At the start of a mystery, you can foresee some stuff. Hunches. When something bad is happening somewhere you aren't, you can... Okay, you will know where you need to go. So it's kind of like you can have a hunch about something, even if you're not there. Tune in. You can attune your mind to a monster or a minion. The big whammy. You can use your powers to kick some ass. Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
A jinx. You can encourage... you can encourage coincidences to occur the way you want.
Okay.
Did I cut out much there?
No. 11.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, for sure. However, the spooky does come with a dark side. So like an unsavory source, and sometimes you get tempted to do things that you shouldn't. So there's that kind of balance. I think the monstrous has a bit of that balance as well.
Yeah. Very cool. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Do I cut out less if I'm talking like really close to my mic like this?
I haven't heard you cutting out late.
So maybe I was just too far from my mic.
Maybe.
I need to have it like right in my face.
I know. I need to get a mic stand for mine too, and have it like above me, beside me. We'll get that stuff figured out.
We're growing. We're learning.
Yep.
Okay, well, I mean, that's kind of all I wanted to go over.
Yeah, we're using...
Yes.
Yeah, we're using voice activation, yeah.
Unless I, like, taped down my push-to-talk button.
Yeah, that's... We'll have to look into it, but...
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about for Monster of the Week. Did you have any questions or anything that we should cover?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we got our location.
Chrissy and Elise, do you guys have anything? We can keep, like you said, discussing on the Discord channel that we have.
Yeah.
For it, but yeah, I think I'm good. I'm excited. I'm gonna read my little section, make some decisions.
Yeah, and character creation does seem very simple, so I don't feel like we're gonna have very many issues with that. I think it's gonna be pretty smooth.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, Elise had to bounce. Her computer was hacking up. Yes.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for joining us today on our quick little prep sesh.
Tuesday prep streams.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
And I hope you'll tune in when we play.
It's Tuesday. It's next Tuesday that we're playing. Is that right?
Yes, the 29th, I think is... Or no, today's the 29th. Did it be the...
6th?
I don't...
Of October?
Yes, I think so. Let me open my calendar
We
real
should tell the people the correct date.
Yeah, it is the 6th.
Okay, so...
It's the 6th.
This coming Tuesday,
of October.
We're going to play this game for reals. So these characters will be created, and we will run through a little scenario, and it'll be super fun. And
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yay, me too. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out with us.
Yeah, and we're gonna see you in a week with some monster of the week. That will be the monster of next week.
Monster of next week.
Yeah, monster of next week.
Okay.
Love ya. Bye.
Bye.